Hey there, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday edition of The Vaughn Show. So for the Wednesday edition of the show, we will be calling it Vaughn's Views. Very clever. I know. It's a shout out to Shelley Fowler, Dr. Shelley Fowler, for naming the Wednesday segment. So today we're going to be talking just a little bit about what I've got going on. So I'm your host, Spencer Vaughn, and let's get into it. All right, guys. First of all, thank you all so much for really showing the first episode of The Vaughn Show a lot of love. I had my guy Cody Pate on the show, and if you missed that, it will be linked somewhere on your screen right now. So please click that, check it out. It was a great episode. We were talking a lot about tech, the future of it, kind of what we enjoyed about it, what we learned from it, things like that, where it's going. So for today, like I said, we're going to be talking a little bit about what I've got going on, like what this whole thing is all about and all that good stuff. First, I was surprised that a lot of the views from, or listens, I guess, from the first episode were actually from, almost half were from people who don't know me. So a little bit about me. My name is Spencer Vaughn. I'm a Pisces. I'm 22 years old. I enjoy long walks on the beach. No. Really, I'm just some college kid, 22 years old. I go to Arkansas State University, the greatest college on planet Earth, of course. I am with a wonderful, wonderful woman named Hannah, who I'm sure you will not only hear a lot about, but hopefully hear from. Hopefully she'll come in and be a guest on one of our shows. Mom, dad, one younger sister, Rayleigh. She's 15. And again, hopefully another future guest for our show. I currently work at a furniture company, Gamble Home Furniture, here in Northeast Arkansas, and love what I do. I sell furniture, and I'm on the marketing team out there and thoroughly enjoy that. And so that's kind of the base level about me. Hopefully, as this thing progresses, you guys will learn as much, if not more, than you want to know about me. I'm pretty well an open book. But so now kind of into the podcast itself. It's something that I've wanted to do for quite some time. I used to run a blog when I was living on campus called Just Some College Kid, and it was more of this style of stuff, just kind of me talking into a keyboard, and then it kind of just went out into the world or whatever. And it was just a way for me kind of to express my opinions and kind of my thoughts on things that were happening in the world, things like that. And I just really enjoyed it. It wasn't for any kind of monetary gain. It wasn't for any kind of ulterior motive other than I just kind of wanted to get it out on paper and put it out there for if anyone else wanted to read it, that was awesome. And if not, I've got it out there, and it's something that a piece of work that I was proud of. And so that's kind of what this is. This one's a little more fleshed out than what I had back my freshman year of college. My roommate and I got together and back then, and we decided that that's what we were both going to start one. Sloan Stevenson still, I believe, has a WordPress, and I know for a fact that he's going to be a future guest on the Monday edition of The Vaughn Show. So kind of what are we going to be looking at, from here going forward? What's the plan? So the plan that I've got as of now, and it could change. There's no telling. This is technically only the second episode of what's going on. And so we'll see what happens, but it'll really be split into kind of three main sections, really two main sections, and then this other thing. But the Monday edition, what came out this week, was called The Vaughn Show, and that will stay The Vaughn Show. And it came out on Monday, and it'll be about an hour long. I'm not opposed to kind of playing with different lengths for that interview style. But the reason that one was an hour, one, it's kind of an industry standard. An interview on a podcast tends to be 1 hour at least. Joe Rogan, the Joe Rogan Experience has some that are 2-3 hours long. I'm not saying that is not something that will happen here, but an hour is kind of where I've got my head at right now for that. Also, that may be something that I split into 2 main sections and post 2 on the same day just to kind of keep the structure together. But hopefully as I get into that more and start doing it more and get better at it and kind of develop a skill set as an interviewer, that will be able to be followed in that 1 hour format. I've done a lot of research and a lot of kind of conversations around podcasting in general, but that sort of thing, length and that kind of stuff. And the general consensus is, as long as it is easy enough to follow and my skills as an interviewer are up to par, an hour is okay. That's why we have a pause button. And so the average commute across the country is about half an hour. And so doing an hour-long show, in theory, half the hour on the way there, you hit the pause button, half an hour on the way back. I'm still, flabbergasted that there were enough people out there that want to listen to me talk at all. So that's kind of neat. And so that show will be an interview style format. I don't plan on veering off of that track very much at all, if at all. And so we'll kind of see how that goes. I really like the format because it opens a lot of conversations, and that's really what it is. You basically are just having a conversation about a general topic, and you record it. And so that's what that is going to be. All of these formats, I'm expecting a very raw file basically to get put up. The only time I'll do any kind of editing to it is to make sure the intro sounds good. And if, like in the last one, there was an Infinity War clip, like an audio clip that was put in there. And so it's stuff like that. Nothing crazy on the Vaughn show, unless it again is some sort of, we're reacting to maybe an interview that someone else is having, or if we're talking about a large particular topic and there's been like a congressional hearing, for example, put that in there, that kind of thing. So this show, the one you're listening to now, will be a segment of the Vaughn show, the Wednesday edition, and it will be Vaughn's Views. And so the when I was putting it on paper, the best thing that I could think to do would call it a personal blog, because it will be, on these Wednesdays, not very long, 15, 20-minute format, just kind of about stuff that I want to talk about. So today it is me and what I've got going on and all that stuff. And, it could be, for example, originally this thing was for today was going to be about Jon Stewart and the 9/11 Rescuers Bill and his speech to a very empty Congress. And so this format and this show on Wednesday will be kind of what a lot of people, I think, are expecting out of me. It'll be opinions on politics. It'll be opinions on religion. It'll be opinions on kind of just world events and local events, all the way down to, and I was just talking to a professor about some stuff that's happening in Little Rock here in Arkansas, so down to state. And, I'm not opposed to things that are going on here in our local community, here in Jonesboro and Bono and the surrounding area. So it really is a personal blog, just kind of what's going on, what's on my mind. And I'm not saying that I won't have guests on this, the Wednesday edition. It will be on a different playlist on YouTube under Vaughn's Views. And so if there ever is some kind of extended edition, that will be in the title, or if that kind of thing. So again, guys, this is going to be a evolving thing. It's going to be something that grows, I hope. And even if it doesn't, I guess grow is the wrong term there. This is something that I'm hoping will evolve over time and find resonance with me and with people who, for again, some reason want to listen to me talk about things. I have a list of things that I would love to get onto the mic about, healthcare and all kinds of different things, and so that's what this Wednesday edition is going to be about. And then the third format actually I'm super stoked about because my good friend, best friend Billy McDaniel will be here tomorrow. I'm recording this on Tuesday, and so it will be up at 8:30 Wednesday morning. And Wednesday afternoon, Billy's going to come over to my place, and we're going to record our first ever episode of a sports show called The BS Show. His name's Billy, my name's Spencer. BS, we're full of it. It just kind of works out that way. And it's going to be mainly a sports-driven show. Probably an hour-long format on that as well, but we will see how it flows, and that will be posted on, I don't know if I said this already or not, but it will be posted on Fridays, again at 8:30. So because that show is one of those that I'm imagining being a little more involved, I wanted to give some more time to possibly edit that down. I want all of the stuff that I do to be really as raw as it can be, without adding a bunch of stuff. But I feel like I know Billy, and I know myself, and I know us when we get together, and I imagine a lot of sound effects and a lot more pizzazz, if you will, in that particular show. Tomorrow we're going to have the opportunity to talk about, for example, the NBA Finals, kind of what's going on there, what Kevin Durant's going through, the Toronto fan issue, all kinds of stuff like that. And we may end up getting into that may turn into not just a sports show, but a sports-driven show, and we end up talking a lot about life and stuff like that as well. Billy and I have known each other for a long time now, it seems. Anyway, it's really only been probably less than 2 years, I imagine. But he's one of my best friends, and I'm excited to get to do this with him because he and I have actually recorded a demo for this show already that has gotten lost, and it won't make its way into the show, I'm sure, but it wouldn't be relevant now anyway because sports is such an ever-changing battlefield, I guess, of conversation, and so that won't even make any sense. It may be something we pull up later just to kind of see how far we've come and that kind of thing. So I'm excited to get to see him tomorrow and get that going. But I think out of all of it, I'm really the most excited about this edition, the Wednesday edition of the show, because it's really just me and a microphone and some notes, and I just go. And so again, it'll be only 15-20 minute segments. This one probably going to be shorter just because it's kind of a laying it all out there. But again, guys, I'm so super thankful for, wow, I need to get a pop filter because that was terrible. Super thankful for the support that I got on that first episode with my man Cody Pate. And again, that episode will be tagged somewhere on your screen at the beginning and at the end of this episode of Vaughn's Views. And I just can't tell you enough. I'm super thankful, and hopefully you guys continue to enjoy that show, this content, as I put it together and get it put out. I don't plan on doing any kind of bulk recording with it, but that may happen. I don't know. And then, of course, for my sports guys and gals out there, the BS Sports Show that will start, well, I guess it will be released on Friday. So again, thank you guys so much. Please drop a like and a comment below. If you are listening to this through Facebook, please go to YouTube and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button for more content like Monday, more content like I was talking about today, and then our sports content, which may end up getting hosted on a different channel that is just linked to this one. But again, we're going to see how it goes. Enjoy your day. Thank you guys so much for listening. Almost said watching. That doesn't make any sense. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll get an outro put together before the next version of this because this is terrible. All right. Thank you guys. Bye.